All right, episode 3. Welcome back to the Beer Temple. Things are getting a little bit more hectic as we start to get closer to the opening day. I have people taking photos of me. Hey Nick, my brother is here in town from Philadelphia to help with the festivities. And like I said in the last 2 videos, just doing some quick little video tastes of some of the stuff that I'm going to have open today for the grand opening. So we did 2 stouts, and I think for my 4th one, which will be the final one, I'll also do a stout. But I wanted to switch it up. I wanted to do a sour. I've got some Cantillon, some Dreifinteinen, but this one is a special one that I thought might be fun. It's also kind of pricey, so you know, it makes it a little bit more special. This is from Hanssens. It is a Kriek, I should say. So it's a lambic. And this is their Scarenbecca Kriek. So Kriek beer is, well, traditional Kriek beer is alambic, a spontaneously fermented wheat beer from around Brussels. And we've had shows on it before. If you have more questions about it, I recommend that you go and kind of check it out. Online. But I think I've even done Krieks before, but what's different about this is well, this beer is going to be fairly still. There was no pop to it. So Kriek beer is lambic with cherries added to it. Traditional Kriek is unsweetened, so like the Lindemann's Kriek that you may have had is not traditional Kriek. I mean, it's fine for what it is, but the real deal is actually bone dry, funky, and sour. And the way these beers traditionally began was there were a lot of cherry orchards in and around you know, the Seine Valley in in Belgium, around Brussels. And what would happen is these cherry orchards would obviously be full of cherries. Cherries are all often covered in dust, in yeast, as most fruit are. In fact, if you look at a grape in like a photo of like a vineyard or something, and you see that dust on the outside of the grape skins, that is yeast. So all those dusty residues that you see on fruit are typically very high in yeast. So what would happen is the wind would carry these yeast off the cherry orchards and off the fruit and into the local breweries, and it would start to spontaneously ferment the beer. So then it was just natural that they would start adding those cherries to the beer as well. And that's why Kriek is the traditional fruit used in lambic. You know, the framboise and all the other flavors came much, much later. It was traditionally Kriek. And it was this type of cherry right here. The Scarenbecca or Schaerbeetze, the Dreifinteinen makes one as well. I think Cantillon has one. But these cherries are very, very rare now. The regular Krieks from these breweries almost always come from Poland. And they're fine. They are sour cherries. They're delicious. But the true original cherry that was from Belgium really does not exist very much anymore. And in fact, I've heard that some of these breweries have to go onto private property and kind of collect here and there what's available of these cherries. So these tend to be very much higher in labor cost and just trying to find this cherry and acquiring it. So the bottles tend to be more expensive as well. I think this is about a $25 bottle of Kriek right here. So I figured I would share it with you guys. This is from Hanssens. This is their Scarenbecca, and it is completely still. What year is this here? Does it say? I have no idea. No idea what year it is. My guess is it's probably 2 to 3 years old. Kriek, you know, does age very well, but not like a Gueuze. The fruit flavor will drop out, so you can drink your Kriek a little bit fresher than you would a Gueuze, which will last for a long, long time. Look at the awesome color on this beer. I mean, ruby red. It almost looks like cough syrup or something, but it's completely natural. This is all just the cherry, the macerated cherry that's adding this color. Wonderful smell, just dusty barnyard, tart cherry. Definitely some acetic and lactic acids going on in here, mainly lactic, like a clean sourness. A little bit of nuttiness as well. Interesting. Very tart and sour, completely still. I'm getting that same earthiness and cherry as I was getting in the aroma, but there's a lot of tannin as well. My guess is it's from the wood, but I guess it could also be from the cherry skin as well. Really, really lovely beer. And just an intense sour cherry flavor as well. A little bit of like a minerality and just a general barnyard funkiness too. But the main player here is the Kriek, and it's coming through. This beer is absolutely delicious, and I'm not just saying that because I have it for sale here. It really is a special occasion beer for a Kriek lover. It's got a nice kind of almost, it's not sweet, but it's got such an intense cherry flavor on the back end, it almost fools you into thinking it's sweet. Really, really nice beer here. I'm gonna go probably 96 with this beer. This is a really good example of a Kriek. Big fan here. That's about it, guys. I'm gonna give myself one tiny little splash more because it's just so good, and this will probably be the last I have of it for a while. Yeah, really lovely, lovely tannic or lactic acid, like that lemony, an intense kind of lemon citric acid flavor. Great beer, 96 from the Beer Temple. Guys, thank you so much. We're going to be back with one more for the grand opening tastings. But until then, I've got some amazing Kriek to drink, and I hope that you do too, but you probably don't.